one is better, more noble. It's about what is suitable to you. Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. It means when people rush to buy stocks, that's where you don't want to buy or you sell to them. When stocks go down, that's where you go in and buy low.
Good company doesn't mean that you need to find the growth stocks. You just make sure that the income statement is positive. There is a lot of stocks that you can perform swing trades or short-term trades, but there is less than 10% that you can perform long-term investment.
I would definitely recommend anyone to join the event, not just once, but maybe more than once in any scale, whether it's going to be smaller than this or bigger than this, because the more you learn and the more you listen to these things repeatedly, it becomes more practical for you to apply.
First impression is they are really helpful to teach people, find out what they need, how to improve.
When I look at stocks, I always look into the three things. In stocks, I always look at is this the right business model? Is this the right management team that will bring this business to the next level? And the third thing is this the right price?
What I feel is the whole seminar has been professionally conducted. I feel warm. I met many other investors with a similar thinking. So bringing these people together has given me a network now. So I look forward to working with this team.
You're one seat away! The thing is not about which one is better, more noble. It's about what is suitable to you. Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. It means when people rush to buy stocks, that's where you don't want to buy or you sell to them. When stocks go down, that's where you go in and buy low.
Good company doesn't mean that you need to find the growth stocks. You just make sure that the income statement is positive. There is a lot of stocks that you can perform swing trades or short-term trades, but there is less than 10% that you can perform long-term investment.
I would definitely recommend anyone to join the event, not just once, but maybe more than once in any scale, whether it's going to be smaller than this or bigger than this, because the more you learn and the more you listen to these things repeatedly, it becomes more practical for you to apply.
First impression is they are really helpful to teach people, find out what they need, how to improve.
When I look at stocks, I always look into the three things. In stocks, I always look at is this the right business model? Is this the right management team that will bring this business to the next level? And the third thing is this the right price?
What I feel is the whole seminar has been professionally conducted. I feel warm. I met many other investors with a similar thinking. So bringing these people together has given me a network now. So I look forward to working with this team.
You're one seat away! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today via our Facebook Live as we discuss Oriental Kopi. Today, I just discovered that Oriental Kopi draft prospectus is out while I was having my coffee in a cafe. And wow, so interesting. In fact, I haven't actually looked at it much yet. I just very quickly skimmed through it. So right now, we are going to go through it together. And I think it's going to be super amazing. Now, first of all, right, what is Oriental Kopi all about? We're going to talk about that. Oh, luckily. Okay, because today we will be discussing stocks and I'm not here to give you any investment advice whatsoever. I need to start this sharing by saying there's no investment advice given here. I'm just looking at it like for fun, right? For my own, dissect. And we have a discussion, fun discussion only. Please do not use whatever I say here to make your opinion or decision. And do not use any material here as investment advice. I cannot guarantee what I say is accurate. So please listen at your own risk. All right. Hi guys. Hello. Wow. Thank you for joining me on time. So before we start, if you have friends that like Oriental Kopi stuff. Hey, what is Oriental Kopi about? Well, it is actually something like a very interesting. Actually, it's one of my favorite, right? Is it kopitiam? Is it cafe? It is a nice environment kopitiam lah. So you can see here, it says like Kedai Kopitiam. So I guess it's a kopitiam, Oriental Kopi. And Johor is, if not mistaken, their first outlet is just at Johor Jaya. I'm at Johor now, right? So it's very interesting because I think I see it from like during the lockdown time until how it is today. And I remember the first time I go to their shop and I was super impressed because it's been a long time since I last go to Hong Kong. And what I really miss about Hong Kong is their polo yao. You know polo yao? This one. This polo yao. The one in the middle. Wow, that one is very, very crispy, warm. But then once you makan inside, is fluffy, so good. And then with the butter, which is like still in solid form, a bit cold, a bit salty, a bit sweet. Oh my God, so good. And when I first tried this Oriental Kopi, you know, I think my mother or somebody in my family like to go. And then once I go and try, oh my God, this is good, man. I don't even need to go to Hong Kong anymore. And then after that, I tried their like toasted bread. And I'm like, oh my God, this is good. And then I tried a Portuguese tart. Wow, amazing, right? Then from then on, they become like one of my favorite store. In fact, I like to try their mocha, right? They are one of the reasons why I like to go to KLIA too, actually. Sometimes I look forward to going to KLIA too, in fact, airport, because they have a store there. And because airport, not that many people. So the queue is not that long. So that's why I like it. Okay. And I'm super surprised and amazed that they are gonna be, they are planning for IPO. So Oriental Kopi files for Ace Market IPO to raise funds for expansion. I think this is gonna be a hot IPO, man. Yeah. So Oriental Kopi operates a cafe chain and sell packaged food. Later, we're gonna look together how much packaged food do they sell, right? Or where does their profit come from? Is it mainly cafe chain? Is it from packaged food? But I need to be very clear with you. I really haven't looked into the prospectus much, like 1 minute. I think I got 1 minute time to look at it. It's very, very last minute. I was sending out the message all day. So later we're gonna look at it together, but definitely I cannot guarantee the accuracy because I'm also glancing together with you. The proposed IPO is like 418 million new shares. Wow, what price? Still don't know yet. Okay, and they propose to set up 15 new owned operated cafe in the next few years. So it's like, wow, big expansion. Currently they are 14, so they want to like sort of double their size in the next 2 years. 3 years actually. Wow. So, and they sell in-store packaged coffee and tea. Yes, I do see it, right? But how many % of their sales come from there? We have to look at it together. Secured our first export order to Hong Kong. Wow, interesting, huh? Wow, and expanding overseas. Wow. They are setting up central kitchen. So that the cafe in future will carry out minimal final preparation, cooking, and plating. This one actually makes me a little bit worried, you know. Yeah, because sometimes when they do that, I don't know how is the quality of the food can maintain or not. Like really looking forward to see lah, right? Maybe it will become faster when they make the food. Maybe it's, you know, I don't need to wait so long. But how's the quality? We don't know, right? How many of you here, just wondering, how many of you or which of you, if you like to go to Oriental Kopi, type in KOPI. If you like to go to Oriental Kopi, you are a regular there, like whenever you can, or you like to order their Portuguese tart, their takeout, type in KOPI, right? Or if you know a friend of yours that may be very interested to listen to this because they are a fan of Oriental Kopi, tag them here in the comment. Yeah, because you are their consumer, you are their customer, ma. So it's time to see on the other side. I tell you, when I look at the numbers, a bit cannot believe like that, you know. A bit cannot believe. I didn't know they are so big. I didn't know they make so much money. How can you make so much money via a kopitiam? Wow, betul, like very amazing. Later you can see, huh? So under the IPO, they set aside 60 million new shares for the public, 20 million shares for eligible person, and so it's like 80 million. And then another 80 million to select investors, and 250 million for Bumiputra investors. So if you are not Bumiputra and you are just like, you know, you're like typical average investor, from here we can see that actually the allocation given to me, like I'm public, not to me lah, right? Like the person like me, right, which is the public, is not that huge. So I can foresee if, like, I think a lot of people are interested in this company, right? The fact that you guys are here, all this, right? How many of you interested? Type in, wow, Rashidi go there usually in the morning. Wow, regular friend here. Okay, type in love if you love, you know, you are quite interested in the IPO. Type in love if you are quite interested in the IPO. I mean, it's just my guess. A lot of people are interested in Oriental Kopi, this company, and it's quite hot, right? It's quite hot in terms of the interest, the fact that you see so many people tuning in, watching this right now. So yeah, man, it's very interesting seeing this. And all in all, the listing will offer investors up to 21% stake. So that means out of all these new shares being sold out, it's comprised about 21%. And out of this 21%, so how many shares is it being offered here? 400 something million, right? Yeah, 418 million. Only like 15% of it is for the public. And this 15% is 15% of this 21%. That means like 3% of the entire company, right? So let me write down. 3% is for public. This one, IPO, right? Wow, amazing. Amazing because I'm calculating and guessing things. Of course, here's something very interesting about this company. You see, all in all, the listing, like that, and then the company currently owned by Dato' Chan Jian Chen, his sister Chan Jian Min, family, right? Brother-in-law Koi Song Leng, and Chan siblings and Koi are also co-founders of Black Whale Bubble Tea. Hey, I didn't know that, you know. I didn't know that previously they were the co-founders of Black Whale Bubble Tea. How many of you know Black Whale Bubble Tea? Type in B if you know Black Whale Bubble Tea. Type in B if you have seen this. I mean, I see it a lot in Johor, but based on what I read here, they have since sold their shares in the operation and resigned as director. And last year, Oriental Kopi's net profit doubled to 20 million from 9.56 million. And the revenue tripled. It's very amazing. Amazing. They grow their revenue and profit together. But the profit margin is not as nice, which is normal. Usually when retail, especially when they retail shop, furniture, all these things, opening up new market, the profit margin may be affected one in the short term when they expand aggressively. But still, the profit grew like a lot, you know. And it's tripled in 1 year, the revenue. It's like fast growth, very, very fast growth. So I'm super amazed looking at this. I mean, this, just to put it as a fact, put out front, this kopitiam makes 133 million a year kopitiam. 133 million revenue, this kopitiam. 1 year make 133 million and 20 million profit. So it's like 1 point something million, almost 2 million a month, 1.6 million a month like that profit. Net profit, 1.6 million kopitiam. So sometimes people say like, wow, I want to invest in AI. I want to invest in like, crypto or this and that. See, people do kopitiam business, make the money that some of us don't even dare to dream. So it's like, wow. So just look at, the interest. How many of you here feel like, wow, if this company is listed, you are very interested to look at them. Type in F if this company is indeed, when they announce the IPO price, when they want to go IPO, you are interested. Interested. Don't know what is the price, don't know whether you're going to invest, but you're interested one. Type in F if that's you. So one interesting thing about IPO in Malaysia is that IPO in Malaysia has historically, not all the time, not every company, but historically, last year, on average, many of them, that means we look at many IPOs together, many of them actually perform on average. On average, in 2023, the average increase in share price for IPO was a remarkable 62.4%, with 7 companies more than doubling their debut price, their IPO price. I mean, this is an email from Mumu. Just very recently, they announced that you can now subscribe to IPO from their app, which is like, wow, it's a big news, man. And this is the data that they share in the email. So, and recently, KJTS IPO had an 85% surge. So if this company were to go IPO, I also don't know how well it will perform. But IPO historically is something that we teach our students a lot, because to me, it's one of the easier way to make profit in Malaysia market, which is this IPO. The difficulty is not so much on finding good quality IPO stock. The difficulty is more on whether you can get the stock or not, right? Because it's quite limited one, right? For example, like right now, if we look at this situation, right, Oriental Food, it's like about 3% of the entire company market cap is available for public like me, if I'm not mistaken. So it is, and there are so many people interested to subscribe. It may not be that easy for me to get the share, okay, if I want to subscribe to it. It depends on the interest. Of course, actual time when they announce the price and all this, it could be a different thing, right? I'm just saying that right now, I can see a lot of people like you also interested in it. But when they announce the price, it's another question, right? Whether people still want to subscribe. So please do not take anything I mentioned here to make your opinion or what, because things change, right? And we need to wait until more details come out. And what I like about this company, based on the news that I'm reading here, is at least based on what is available now, the information, they are not using the IPO proceed to like really pay off their bank borrowing, but instead it's more for expansion. And that is something that in our community, when we look at IPO stocks, we like to filter, right, what they use the proceed for. And I personally, I like it when it's used for business expansion rather than just paying off debt. But you can see here, why I open up this old town thing. Because, right, I just want to have a guess. What are the comparable? Is there any comparable company? The one that I can think of last time that was listed is this company called Old Town. Any one of you know Old Town? Type in Old Town if you heard of it, Old Town. Or you used to like going to Old Town, or right now you still like going to Old Town. So this Old Town, back in 2017, they received a pre-conditional cash offer from a Dutch company to take over the company at 3 ringgit 18 cents per share, valuing the group at 1.47 billion. and that is a PE ratio about 21 times. So I'm just trying to guess, right? Roughly where would the PE ratio of this Oriental food be? Yeah, I mean, like this Old Town got acquired at about, actually, I'm not sure whether it got acquired at this price, but it's about 20 something PE based on this article. Okay, when it was listed, how about when Old Town was listed? What is a PE ratio when Old Town was listed? It's about 13 times. Wow. So the P ratio did go up, right? Since the time it was listed. All right. So that is something interesting. And actually, if you look at Old Town, they also have not just cafe, right? They also sell cafe, they also sell food in their cafe, but also they have like packaged stuff. So you look at it, like manufacturing of beverages, that's like half of their revenue, you know? So this is the breakdown. And in fact, they don't make as much profit from their store. They make more profit. This is back then, this is back in 2017, from selling the packaged like beverages. So how is the situation like for Oriental Kopi? Let's look at it together. All right. So guys, before I go on, type in, can you help me to press a love button if you enjoy this sharing so far and it's super exciting to you? Type in love if you enjoy this sharing so far and it is super exciting for you. Or press a love, just press a love button to this Facebook Live because it helps to. Actually, we are trying to build up this page, the Investors Day. This is my new page, the Investors Day. Help me press a love button to this Facebook Live. Because my other page got restricted from advertising. I also don't know why, right? So, and then nowadays there's a lot of imposter. Also hard for people to know which are the real page, right? So I'm trying to build this page up. Right now I have this, the Investors Day page and Savvy Investment page. And one day I want to share with you like what are our real page, not the scammer page. Okay, so let's look at the prospectus together of this. This is draft prospectus, draft prospectus of Oriental Kopi. Many details are still not out yet, so that's why it's more of a draft. Okay, so let's start from the top. It's a very long one. We won't be going through everything today. Now, how many of you like, because today we are not going through everything or so detailed, but let's say if I have a round two, when we have more details about this company, or let's say if I find someone that is more expert in looking at IPO stocks, which is my coach in my investment community. He's not free today, but when he's free, maybe in the next 1 or 2 months, maybe we're going to have another Facebook Live to look more and then hear his view from this. How many of you are interested? Right? Okay. Then I will ask him to come and share. So a lot of these details in the beginning of the company. So just now what we read in the newspaper, we can see it here as well. So 60 million shares represented about 3% of the enlarged issued share of Oriental Kopi made available for application by the public. Wow. Packaged food. Wow. Okay. Quickly, let me go to see more of their business side thing. So this is their group structure. Paradise Oriental. I think this one is for the Singapore expansion, if not mistaken. Is it proposed joint venture or proposed, which will be subscribing for 30% shareholding. Okay. But the rest, here, this in Malaysia, they own 100%. So what do their business do? They provide F&B services, in-store sales of consumer branded packaged food also. And they are in Johor and Selangor so far, these two. Location of their specialty retail store is in Johor. Wow, proud man. But their HQ is in Selangor. Oh, I didn't know they have reseller. Wow. Maybe their packaged coffee already go to the reseller part, already very advanced now. Main business activity in the operation of cafe chain, which accounted for 90% of their revenue. So right now, they are not like the old town situation where 50% come from the beverages, the packaged beverages or something like that. Now it's still 90% from the actual store itself, right? That people are queuing and all this. However, they are expanding their consumer branded foods. Specialty retail store? What is it? Specialty retail store? Is there something I'm missing? Is there like an Oriental Kopi specialty retail store in Johor? What is a specialty retail store? What's the difference? I don't understand. Yeah, because I know there's a KL821. I know one in Mid Valley. I mean South K. One is in Johor Jaya. Okay, competitive advantage and key strength. Two pillars of business to provide growth and diversity. Which is what? They have a dedicated food recipe creation team. Strategically located, quite strategic. Yeah, KLA2, Ada, South Key, the big locations they have. Direct and indirect distribution, modular, scalable. Own and operate their cafes themselves, so they can control quality, which I like as a consumer. Moving forward, continue their existing business and leverage strength to address potential opportunities by expanding cafe chain. So this is the plan. The future cafe expansion plan to expand in Pahang and Negeri Sembilan and Penang. Wow. Penang. Interesting, because if they can go into Penang and do well in Penang, it's quite something. Because Penang, right? How many Penang people here? Type in P. Penang people, they have so many good food in Penang. So if you can go there and your business is still good, wow, that's something, man. That says something about your quality. Because Penang is sort of like Malaysia's food heaven, and if they can do as well as in Johor and in the KL, wow, is a next level thing. Actually, I was discussing with my girlfriend. My girlfriend is a Penang person, and then she was. Actually, they don't have Penang branch yet, man. Anyway, she was saying. I was saying, this Oriental Kopi, if they open in Penang, maybe it will do well also. Then she said not necessary because Penang already got a lot of kopitiam. And maybe in Klang Valley, those shopping center, all this, it's not so easy to find such kopitiam. Is it? Never mind. We see how. Right? Because we are just like having a discussion between us, wondering whether if they open in Penang, would they do well, since there are so many good food there already. Okay, so existing Oriental Kopi Cafe are here, yeah, these two, and they want to expand in Sarawak and Sabah. One concern would be, like food distribution, their supply chain, how do they maintain quality when it's so spread out? Right, Sabah, Sarawak, then Penang is far, right? That is one of the issue when it comes to logistics. Let's say if you have central central processing kitchen, how you ship to Sabah, Sarawak while maintaining the freshness and how to control the inventory. That's a different ball game, But to be seen, because this company, in a short time, they go from like just start and then become so successful. Seems like very powerful, right? Definitely more powerful than what I know how to manage, right? Okay, they have a lot of risk factor. They're reliant on third-party manufacturer to produce ingredients, making operate in consumer industry, inflation. Managing Director Dato Chan Jian Chen. So the owner, the big owner is also the managing director. Madam Chan Yen Min, they are siblings, if not mistaken, is also the executive director. And the brother-in-law, Koi Song Leng, is also the executive director. So here we can see their shareholding, right? This is Dato Chan Yen Chen shareholding. After the IPO, he will still have 844 million shares, about 42%. Wow. I mean, it's a lot of money, man. If this IPO, let's say, I'm not making any prediction or what. Let's say if I play a like experiment, mind experiment. Let's say 1 year they make 20 million profit. And let's say the IPO, which I'm just guessing, right, out of the thin air, at PE like 15 pun, that's like 300 million market cap. And if he owns 40 something percent, it's 120 something million. Wow. And if the PE ratio is higher than that, oh wow. How long is this business, this Oriental Food? I think it's like 5 years or around 5 years. So it's really like a legend story in Malaysia. And Madam Chan owns 15.5% after IPO. Mr. Koi owns 10.92% after IPO. Okay, 4. Oh, they are spouse. They are spouse. How many of you find it interesting? We can read this report and then we can find so much information from it and like so many stories just by reading this. Type in love if you like the fact that reading this, we can find so much information about this company that as a consumer, we didn't know, right? How would I know, right? I just go there, makan kopi, but reading this, wow, so much information. Okay. And set up new head office, central kitchen, warehouse. This is what they want to use the proceed for within 3 years. Expansion of cafe within 2 years. Expansion of consumer branded. So maybe they're gonna put more effort into their, making more maybe coffee powder or some kind of like ready to eat things like you maybe fast like a Maggi mee or something. I don't know, right? Expanding in other countries, working capital. So this is a financial highlight. Oh my God. Wow. They went from 5 million in revenue to 133 million in revenue. These 3 years, they go from 5 to 133. I mean, many people's business make 5 million in revenue, but not many people's business make 133. This is really explosive growth, man. Type in WOW if you see that. They went from making how much profit? Making a loss, right? To making 20 million profit a year. Okay, right? At first also, they were not making a lot of money in the beginning, 2021. Even profit margin not that great. And 2022, the profit margin got improved, right? Maybe due to economies of scale or something like that. The net profit margin is about 20% here. Here is a bit lesser, which is normal when you expand. Maybe got depreciation. I see GP margin drop. Normal one. As you expand and all this, maybe somehow the cost control you a bit more difficult one because maybe the focus is not so much on maximizing profit margin, but more on growth and a lot of things. Not very high debt. Wow, their inventory turnover is very fast. Wow. Actually, I don't know F&B how many days are they supposed to keep the inventory lah. But 5 days, like less than a week, barang masuk less than a week, habis. Maybe F&B should be faster or the same. I don't know, right? But that seems fast to me. Maybe because I'm used to seeing like all the factory, all the manufacturing company. So this one I don't know. Is fast or slow? People in F&B, maybe you can comment lah. Dividend. Wow, they're gonna give 30% or their intention, okay? Their intention, not definitely. It's their intention of the board is to distribute 30% of the dividend of the profit as dividend after listing. Wow. So they did pay dividend in the past 2 years when they started making money. But it's about 20%, 20 to 30%. These are 2023 a bit more, about 50%. While employees also get to subscribe to the share of the company. So there's like 20 million issues shares allocated. But these employees, who are the employees? Full-time employee and on payroll, number eligible to the eligible lah, and then it depends on various factors lah, who is eligible and things like that. Head chef. Wow. So we can see also who are their key management, key employees. Okay, anyway, let's go and look more. Any segment reporting, their business model, right? How much is certain revenue or profit coming from? Where do they make the money, right? Here you can see the director profile. Maybe we can look at it together. Interesting, right? See, guys, if you like the fact that, this Ming Tek is so amazing. He can read this prospectus and he can tell so much story. Do you want this skill? It's actually quite easy to learn this skill. It's not difficult. It's a very easy to learn. It's a learnable, trainable skill. And once you have this skill, imagine, right? You can go and understand so many businesses. You can see how you sort of like know how the world really works. You see this business from the outside as a consumer, but now you get to see it from businessman, from investor perspective, see how people do their business. So that's why you should learn investing, man. Yeah? How to learn investing? Where to learn investing? Find me. Okay? All right, let's go back to this company. Dato' Chan Jian Chen, Malaysian. Wow, age 42 only. Wow, young and successful. Completed his secondary education in 1999. Began career with DG World Enterprise as a salesperson. Wow. He started as a salesperson of mobile phone and accessories, And this is like what, 20-something years ago. So age 20 like that. And then he sell until become like a partner of DG World Enterprise. Oh, wow. Ventured into this area of trade by setting up sole proprietorship. Why? wow, at first he do like handphone, computer, telco, mobile phone accessories business one. Then set up Liago. So he do like smartphone, like handphone, computer business one last time. 2018. Oh, Black Veil is only 2018 start. What man? It feels like way longer than that, man. What am I missing here? It feels like way longer, man. This bubble tea retail in my mind is like this is like a long time already. During his tenure, led the team and executive business strategy marketing plan, was able to acquire experience in F&B. He became less active in 2021 to focus on Oriental Kopi. 2021 start. 3 years later, can IPO with such a big profit, 20 million. And if like, even if at PE 15 is like 300 million market cap in what, 3 years, build a company worth around 300 million, maybe more, maybe less, don't know. This one depends on what's the IPO price in 3 years. Oh my God. Between 2018 and 2023, he helped various dictator. Hey, read too many news. Read too many news. Read too many, you know, the news in the world. The language also help various directorships and shareholdings in companies involved in the Black Veil beverage business. Since the establishment of first Oriental Kopi, it's established in 2020. He has led the business to expand. 14, wow, lockdown time established one. Oh. Hey, but 2016 awarded Top Entrepreneur of the Year Awards, Malaysia Top 20 Young Entrepreneur. Wow, JCI, 10 Outstanding Young Malaysians. Entrepreneur was also previously involved in several business. Come from, serial entrepreneur lah, this person. Beverage ingredient, F&B lah. Around 2008, what's the time? 2008 lah. Around that time onward, he started to get more involved in F&B and like really like, wow. Oh, beauty. Beauty. Sound familiar. So actually it's quite amazing lah, right? Because they, as a family, they start this thing, right? And then they have their family involved, and yet can, you know, do like so successful. Because sometimes it's a bit challenging one when some people say, you know, it's very hard to do family business and all this, but they're one of those that are, you know, to me is very successful lah. 3 years become so big. Okay. Madam Chan Yen Min, very young, age 33 only way. Bachelor of Engineering in Chemical Engineering from Taylor. Wow. So Taylor University study Chemical Engineering one. Wow, how come become F&B one? Petron Refining. Wait, then how come 2018 time do the bubble tea business with Dato' Chan Yen Chen, right? Come fry also. How about Mr. Koi? Mr. Koi also very young, age 34. Wow. Also from Taylor University, mechanical engineering some more. Wow, amazing, man. Started career in Singapore. Wow, engineers. Why? Very interesting. They didn't start from F&B business, but then after that, they ventured into F&B business and did so well. So it's something very interesting. What else can we see? Let me see segment reporting. Segment reporting. Is there such thing here? Operating segment. Maybe I don't skip. Let me. Oh yeah. So the breakdown of the group's gross profit by business activity is as this. So we can see cafe chain operation. Most of the gross profit is coming from cafe chain operation versus this one. 94% of the gross profit is coming from their cafe chain. So F&B services is still most of it, 78.33%. While in-store sales of consumer branded packaged food is only like 15.97%. But we can see this segment actually been ramping up. Actually all like many segments been ramping up also, but in terms of growth rate, the packaged food is growing very fast in terms of percentage. Okay. Oh yeah, because you also have to remember back in 2020, 2021, there was a lockdown. Actually, if no lockdown, maybe today don't know like where they fly already. Very amazing. So let's look at their cost. How about the cost component? Material cost. So overhead cost, labor cost, material cost. Interesting. Recruit more worker. Well, I think that's about it. Most like roughly overview understanding of this company. If want to understand even more, would need like a more detailed study of the company. So they went from 2 store to 5 store to 11 store. What is this number? Oh, new cafe open. Oh, City Square also got Pavilion Kuala Lumpur. Wow. All right, so that's a little sharing about Oriental Kopi. And how many of you enjoyed this sharing so far? Type in love if you enjoyed this sharing so far. Let me see if I cover what I want to share about. Yeah, I think most of it I've covered what I want to talk about. So if you enjoy this sharing, I want to give you a special invitation. What is that invitation about? Okay. I want you, if you want to learn about this IPO, right? IPO is just one of the skill out of many, many skills. Right? How to get IPO prospectus? For me, what I did is just very easy. I just type Oriental Kopi IPO prospectus. That's how I find out. Oriental Kopi IPO prospectus. See, and then I go and find the Bursa Malaysia link. Let me see. So this is what I did. Oriental Kopi IPO prospectus. Then Bursa Malaysia. Then I click on it. Then I scroll down. Then they break into many segments, but I just download the whole thing here. Yeah. So if you want to learn IPO, and right now you are beginner or you do not know what is the right way to approach stocks, I want to welcome you. I'm going to give you an invitation to join my upcoming event at DoubleTree on 13 and 14 July. And what is this event about? Well, if you have been investing for a while or you want to start investing, but you do not know where to start. In fact, when it comes to the topic about investing, you feel stressed and confused. In fact, you feel a bit overwhelmed. The reason you feel like that is because you haven't found your unique investment style. You see, everybody have a different investment style. Like I am more of a long-term investor. Okay. So because I'm busy, I'm a businessman. Like really, I work a lot. So I don't really have time to monitor stocks from day till night one, So for me, I don't really like to do short-term trading, even though my community does. And they have made like 70% return from like 2021 until now. So on average, about 20% return a year. But I myself prefer more long-term investment. Like recently, one of my long-term investment stock, E&O, made me like 500,000 profit. But it took me like 3 years. So everybody has a different investment style. So the first thing you have to do as a beginner, if you want to make consistent profit with peace of mind, is you need to first find your investment style. And many beginners, especially if you have smaller capital and you want to make money, you need to find maybe some style that is able to give you profit faster, something more short term. And right now we have an amazing opportunity, which is AI. Imagine if you have invested in like Apple, Meta, Microsoft 10 years ago. Now you would have 4x your money. This AI is now changing the game again. Like Apple just announced Apple Intelligence, and I think that is the beginning. So what we're going to do is on 13 and 14 July, we're going to have an offline event in DoubleTree by Hilton, KL. And we're going to talk about how do we position ourselves so that we can profit from this AI trend. But even if you find the best stock, best strategy, if you did not find the unique strategy for you, it's also very difficult. So the topic is about two things. One is about AI tools, AI stocks. The other topic is about how you can find your own unique investment style that is suitable for you because of your personality, capital goals, and use it to profit from this AI boom. And not just we're going to talk about stocks, we're going to talk about crypto as well. This Mr. Jonathan Quek, my first investment mentor, after I go to his offline seminar 10 years ago, I realized, wow, there's this thing called value investing. So I tried investing in Padini, and in 1 month, I made my first profit. And that's how I got to know about like stocks and all this. And from then, I buy more books, I learn. Sometimes I make, sometimes I don't make. Until I found, hey, actually, I need to find my investment style. And as a Malaysian, how do I invest in Malaysian market using the correct strategy? It's very different from the book. And also swing trading, like short-term profit, how do you do that? So just come 2 days, you're going to be able to discover that, because we'll talk about the 5 investment type, your method, your holding period, your market, your analysis, your asset class, and 16 investment strategies. So we're going to talk about swing trading, value investing, growth investing, short-term, long-term, IPO, right? Who is the expert in IPO in my team? Is this guy, Mr. Julio, right? He's the guy in charge of our short-term portfolio, doing sharing, coaching to our client. And we're going to talk about technical analysis, chart, how to protect your profit, fundamental analysis, stocks, options, crypto, ETF. So guys, like right now, this is a very interesting event that I want you to join, because we are not only going to talk about AI, but at the end of these 2 days, we're going to together craft your 6-month investment master plan. How do you profit from July? What's your game plan until next year, January? So that you can execute with precision and profit with conviction. And you're going to be able to discover your investment style after listening to so many different sharings. So what are you waiting for, guys? Secure your seat. Just go ahead, register. It's really limited seat. It's an offline event. And right now, we are doing like a special promotion where whoever register first, we're gonna give you some special free gift. So what you do is just go ahead to this link, theinvestorsday.com/live special, and register now, and we're gonna give you something special. So who are the speaker? We have Mr. Jonathan Quek, who recently I heard been making good profit from crypto. And also me, who started investing with 10,000 ringgit at age 19 and became a millionaire at age 26. My expertise is in value and growth investing, but each of us has different expertise. I'm expertise in AI stock, long-term value growth, stocks option, US, Malaysia, Hong Kong stock. Jonathan Quay actually also knows some stocks one, but recently he's more known for daily cash flow, building wealth, right? And then we have somebody very interesting, a chief dealer from an innovative brokerage firm, gonna be here, talk about market trend as well. And Julio, who is now a licensed stockbroker, is responsible for making 20% per annum return through swing trading since 2021. He's already have about 10 years investment experience, and his expertise is short-term swing trade, stocks, option, US, Malaysia stock, and IPO. So like the IPO that we talked about just now, he knows much more than me. So next time you've got opportunity, maybe I invite him to come and talk about this. It's better than I talk, right? And he also is very good at turning people's loss-making portfolio. So if you have been investing for a while, you have lost, you come and have one-on-one with him. He can share with you some ideas how to turn it around. And this is the event agenda. You can come and look at it on your own. This event going to be super fun. We did something like that, something similar in May. And people were loving it. We have a lot of different experience, like for people to try, for people to experience. And it's all about, like, I have this one goal, Today, right now, this event, I have one goal, which is to allow you to realize that AI is here. And you better be careful or else you could miss out. And I want to give you step by step very clearly, how do you actually position yourself to profit from this AI trend? So come lah. I mean, like some people tell me, oh, I'm from Penang. I'm from, I'm not sure whether I can make it. Guys, make the time, because we really, this one maybe we do once a year, and next year maybe we don't do it so big a day. Maybe we do it a smaller size, and maybe don't open up for public, only for my member. So if you miss this round, I don't know whether you have the opportunity to join another round. So secure a seat now, man. Register now. And I hope to see you in my July event. All right? So just click this link, the Investors Day Live Special, to register. I hope you enjoy my sharing as much as I've enjoyed sharing with you. And I hope to see you in my July event. If you have friends that are beginner, they want to learn investing, but they do not know where to start, right? They have always said, I want to invest, but they haven't found the right way. Or they have been investing, but they feel very stressed, very anxious. They cannot make consistent profit. Get them to come. All right? So I want to see you in July. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a good evening.